Let's bring in Boris Epshteyn. He is a Republican strategist and Trump surrogate. Boris, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. Your reaction to the speeches last night?
They were absolutely wonderful. And as you've been talking about, and as we just heard, a testament to a man, not just a successful business leader, but really somebody who raised such wonderful, down-to-earth, smart, articulate kids. And his family is a huge statement about who he is. And it's great for more of America to learn about that. And I'm very confident it's going to be important when they go to the polls on November 8th.
Is that going to be enough to give people the confidence that Donald Trump can be commander-in-chief and deal with some of the major issues that this country faces?
Well, that in itself is part of the picture, but the rest of it is you look at his history, the achievements he's had on the business front, and then you have to look at his policies, what he's proposing to the American people to do, securing our borders, immigration reform, national security, making sure that our allies abroad do carry their weight in terms of defending themselves. So all of these positions are what Americans are getting on board with more and more. We're seeing that in the polls nationally and in the battleground states.
Guy Benson, you have not been a fan going into this. Did your feelings about Trump change based on what you're hearing at this convention?
No, but, you know, you do give the guy credit for helping to raise some terrific kids, and every member of this family that we've heard from so far has been impressive. I expect we'll see something very good from Eric Trump tonight, and I think Ivanka is going to steal America's hearts on Thursday night. These are great kids, and part of me watching Donald Trump Jr. speaking, as I said, truly as a conservative on issues like school choice and decreasing regulations, I was wondering, can we run this guy instead of Dad, maybe?
All those positions,
That's what a lot of people were saying.
all those positions absolutely echo or in parallel with Donald Trump's positions, right? So it's not as if Donald Jr. went out there and said, well, here's where Dad is, but I'm here. They're absolutely in concert, absolutely aligned. So, you know, there are some conservatives still out there, but in the end, it's going to be a binary choice on November 8th. It's either Hillary Clinton or it's Donald Trump. It's either a woman who could not handle her emails, being trusted with a nuclear bomb, or it's a proven business leader with great positions to bring America forward.
Yeah. Now, the speakers last night took Hillary Clinton to task about the email scandal, certainly, and her policies. Listen to this. We want to talk about it.
Let me tell you something about risk. If Hillary Clinton were elected, she'd be the first president who couldn't pass a basic background check. It's incredible. Hillary Clinton is a risk Americans can't afford to take.
We have to start thinking about what would Hillary Clinton do if she was in fact the president. She would appoint Supreme Court justices, she would appoint federal judges, and that would have a deleterious effect on what happens for generations to come.
Let's face the facts. Hillary Clinton cared more about protecting her own secrets than she cared about protecting America's secrets.
Wow. Was this the right strategy? Go after Hillary?
It's a very unifying strategy, I think. And you know what? It's all accurate. It's all stuff that's out there that's in the public domain that she deserves to be criticized before. We've talked about on your show, if she had to go through a basic security clearance investigation that any U.S. government civilian employee would have to go through, I don't think that she could pass it based on what we've seen over the past year. So I think, but one thing I did remember from the convention 4 years ago when we were here with Romney in Tampa, everybody thought that people were going to come out and vote for Romney because they wanted to vote against the president. So the one thing that I would caution the Trump campaign is it's not enough just to be against Hillary. That certainly is a unifying factor in the Republican Party. But we thought that would be enough for Romney to beat Obama, and it wasn't. So he's got to present his own vision on Thursday night, unify the party, and really say this is who I'm going to be as president, because being against Hillary is not enough for him to win.
Although President Obama was never as personally unpopular as Hillary Clinton is, right? So not only is this unifying for Republicans, it's a reminder over and over again to the country of why they dislike Hillary Clinton so much, why they mistrust her so much. And I think that of all the lines against Hillary last night that we heard, the last one in that montage, Chris Christie saying she cared more about protecting her own secrets than the nation's. That was devastating, and it's true.
Wow.
And listen, Chris Christie, being U.S. attorney, knows what he's doing when he's prosecuting a case, right? And this is a case that, as an attorney, I could tell you, it was a mistake from the FBI perspective, Loretta Lynch perspective. Hillary Clinton should be on trial for the email scandal, but now she's on trial in front of the American people. And I'm confident that the verdict is going to be that they do not want her as president. Morgan is completely right, though. You know, I've been doing a lot of media row, and it's been a great experience to do about 10 hits in 30 minutes. It's been a lot of fun, and what the pleasure is that most of the questions are about what is Donald Trump going to do for America, on economy, on national security, on foreign policy, and we spend so much time on that a lot of times I don't even get to talking about Benghazi, email scandal, Clinton Foundation, and somebody who's so unprepared to be president. You know, this being Secretary of State was Hillary Clinton's audition to be president. Well, she was a horrible Secretary of State.
What role do you think Chris Christie takes in a Trump administration?
I think that, that's not up to me, obviously.
No, of course not, but I'm just, your opinion.
In my opinion, I think there's a lot of roles that he would be very strong at. Attorney General would be one, and after we win on November 8th, that will be up to Donald Trump to decide. I'm sure him and Governor Christie will work it right out.
And this is why we need to give people something to vote for, Maria, because we've got to have a Republican Senate in order to get any of these positions confirmed.
All right, Boris Epshteyn, good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. We'll see you soon, sir.